Hey guys, welcome to my kitchen. Y'all, today it is a requested video from my Tonette Joni. Hi Joni, I'm so sorry this is taking so long, but girl, you picked a very labor-intensive dish. Shit. Anyways, girl, we had a barbecue this last weekend. I have 4 ears of corn left, which means corn soup. Here go Marley stalking from outside the kitchen. How you gonna hate from outside the club? You can't even get in. I've begun to prepare my ingredients. The first thing I'm gonna do is start with my dal or split peas. I'm gonna be boiling this. I'm gonna use about 1 cup of this and boil it until it is soft or until it splits. Hence the term split pea. So I've got a cup of the split peas going with about 2 cups of water. Gonna bring that to a boil, let it cook till it's softened. So these are done. They've been boiling for about an hour. If you soak them, then you won't have to cook them as long, but I forgot to soak mine, so I just let them cook for an hour. So I'm gonna go ahead and take them off the heat, let them cool down, and then puree them. In the meantime, gonna get started on the rest of our base. You're gonna heat some butter or oil in a pot. I'm using oil because that's what I have. And I'm gonna add my onions and my garlic. Let that cook for a minute. Gonna add my scallions. About 2 tablespoons of green seasoning, celery, some fresh thyme. Once that cooks down, I'm gonna add my pumpkin. This is about 2 or 3 cups of pumpkin. This is what we call pumpkin. It's not like the jack-o'-lantern pumpkin. I'll put a picture of it on the screen. So while that's cooking, I'm gonna puree my dal. It's pretty soft, so I could probably just use the spoon to mash it. You can also use a food processor or blender, whatever you have. Alternatively, you could actually just cook this all together with the split peas, add some water, and puree the whole thing. It's just a matter of personal preference. I like my soup to be a bit more textured. Like, I don't like everything to be pureed. So that's why I only mash the split peas, but you know, it's just up to your personal preference. Okay, here it is. It's nice and smooth now. I mashed it down. So I'm gonna add that to my pot. Gonna add some hot water. I'm gonna cover this, allow the pumpkin to cook down while I prepare the rest of my ingredients. Our soup is looking so far. My pumpkin is starting to get soft. So I'm gonna add the rest of my provisions now. I'm gonna be adding carrots, potatoes, and Jamaican sweet potato. I'm going to add a can of coconut milk and a can of water. Then I'm going to do a teaspoon of salt. I don't know, this is a regular spoon. Teaspoon of black pepper. Teaspoon of paprika. Give that a good stir and let it simmer for about half an hour. Here's how the soup looks after about half an hour. The pumpkin is completely cooked. That's the first thing that went in. And it's starting to disintegrate. That's why I don't like to puree it, because I feel like, you know, it disintegrates on its own without turning into a complete puree. So that's going to continue to cook, but I'm going to add 1 can of cream style corn. And this is 3 ears of corn that I cut up into rounds. Gently add that. I'm gonna add a handful of pimento seeds. a sprig of fresh thyme, and a Scotch bonnet pepper. Let that cook for another 15 minutes. If you need to top up the water, you can. In the meantime, I'm going to prepare my flour and make some dumplings. My pot is pretty full, but I'm gonna go ahead and add my spinners because you can't have corn soup without spinners, right? Not too many because, like I said, pot's pretty full. But you can adjust based on whatever you like. Give it a nice stir, and then once those start to float, it's done. And that's it. Soup is all done. Everything is cooked. Smells amazing. At this point, you can just taste it and, you know, adjust the seasoning to your taste if you want to add more salt or seasonings, etc. But this is it, y'all. This is corn soup. This is like super filling, really delicious. It's what we look for after West Indian parties, fetes. We look for the corn soup man. He sells this out of a truck and it's amazing, and it prevents hangovers the next day, or so we tell ourselves. So yeah, thanks for the request, Joni. Sorry for taking so long. Hope you guys try it. Hope you guys like it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.